What's going down, ladies and gentlemen? I hope you guys are doing well. I am. Sorry for the couple minute delay. Sorry about that. Give me 1 second. All right, so they said that the first 30 seconds are the most important, and I have already wasted them. So sorry about that. My kiddo. Hold on. Hey, Yachty, Mr. Jerry. How are you guys? Um, my kiddo needed me, so I do not apologize for that, but I do apologize for my tardiness. So yeah, when the kiddo calls, man, you gotta go. So anyway, how are you guys? Hey, Rebecca, how are you? Um, so today I'm gonna today, Rebecca, I am going to take your advice. Bet you're thinking like, what? Yes, yes, ma'am. I'm gonna be taking your advice today and make sure that I got everything set up and ready and prepared. I should. So you might be wondering, she said, yes, I know. All right, hold on. Let's get the ball started. So hold on. So today, god damn, no, okay. Here we go. 55. Sorry. 55, ladies and gentlemen. Today's 55 days. Let's go ahead and do a round of applause. 55 days. 55 days. Number one, thank you guys so much for showing up. And you might be wondering why we're clapping. Well, we're clapping because number one, you're here. Number one. Number two, I'm here. And if you don't clap for you, nobody else will. And when we clap for ourselves, we give people permission to clap for us. So clap for yourselves. Clap for yourselves. Hey, what's up, Miss Anya? How you doing, dear? Jerry, hello, my guy. All right, so today, god damn. Ugh. So today, we're going to talk about part two of those universal laws that we were talking about yesterday. My name is Fearless Cummings. I'm a life coach and your coach for the evening. Um, uh, yeah, we do a lot of good stuff. Good stuff. Uh, so I've been coaching for about 23 years, and today we are here to do some good work. Um, yeah, today, you know what? I've been doing this for about 50, 51, 55 days now. I think I have over 70 some videos. If you want to know anything more about me, go back and watch the other videos. I will start doing some type of introduction up on top where if you don't know who I am, you can go into it. But let's just get started. Okay? Go grab yourself a pen and pad or whatever you need to get started. Drinks, blankets, snuggie, walkie-talkie, charger. In my boy Jerry's case, get some reading glasses. Everything that we discuss, ladies and gentlemen, is repetitive. That's where all learning starts. Anything worth knowing, learning, teaching, or understanding revolves around repetition. Please ask as many questions as you possibly can. As a life coach and as a presenter, this presentation doesn't mean shit if you're not asking me questions. Okay? That's how the coaching part of this works. All right? Let's go. But before we get started, ladies and gentlemen, there's only two words I need from you. And I need you to yell that shit from the depths of hell into the attic of heaven. Can I get a hell yeah? Can I get my hell yeah? Before, look at that. Look at that. All that under 5 minutes, under 6 minutes, Rebecca. Now where we at? High five that shit. Look at that. Everybody's like, let's go. Rebecca, is that good? She said, oh, hell yeah. There we go. Let's get it started, y'all. All right, so as always, our new segment now is that we talk about the word of the week, which the word of the week is friend, right? Because here's the thing, before I tell you this, I guarantee you that most of you, in show of hands, did not have this definition down as your definition as a friend, did you? Did you know that it was somebody who offers trust, support, and shared understanding during the good times and the bad times and the in between times? Did you know this? Bullshit, don't act like you did. Stop playing. No, you didn't. It's a little bit more than a friend because it's somebody more than a title because it's somebody that we choose and that chooses us without demand, without transaction, without obligation. Meaning, I feel obligated to function with you. That's why we're friends. That's not really a friend. Thank you, Jerry. Jerry said, nope, I really didn't know that. What say you, Rebecca? What say you, Miss Renita, my mad scientist? What say you, Yadira? All right. So today is our daily synonym. Okay, we got three: a synonym, a neutral, and a antonym. Synonym means a word that's like friend, which is confidant, somebody that you can trust in with your thoughts and your feelings. Okay, a neutral word means they're indifferent; they don't give a shit one way or the other. That word would be a contact, right? Somebody in your network, usually a practical uh, or business for practical or business reasons. That's it. That's the only reason why this person's around. They're not a friend, but they're also not an enemy. But our opposite, our antonym, is a betrayer. Somebody who violates your trust or turns on you when it matters most. By show of hands, how many of y'all have had somebody that has violated your trust that you consider to be a friend? Show of hands, how many of you have had somebody violate your trust that swore up and down that they were your friend? Show of hands, say aye. Bracket says aye. Yeah, I know what a friend is. All right. You know what? I never thought about it until I started reading about it. I never thought about it until I started reading. Mr. Dady, how you doing, sir? All right, right. So we've all been fucked over, haven't we? Of course we have. All right. So today there's a universal laws part 2 and why they matter. I didn't put that part in, but you know, because I'm telling you, right? All right, let's jump in. Fun fact, before we get started, most people are breaking laws without even realizing. Fucking criminals. They're breaking these laws without even realizing it. Constantly chasing without detachment, acting without alignment, or thinking in scarcity, which creates resistance. You don't get punished, you get results that reflect where you are out of sync. Okay? This is not a punishment. This is a wake up call. Okay? Let's jump in there. Let's get it started. As you guys can see, I'm getting really. I have my water. I got my water. I've had some spaghetti. So I got all that. I got all that spaghetti noodles coursing through me. All right. So, number one, the law of polarity. Examples are love and fear, or love and hate, if you will. Light and dark, right? Exist together. Hot and cold exist together. right? There's still water, it's still air, right? Summer and winter exists under the same sun. So everything has its opposite. Everything. Can you accept contrast as a teacher instead of a threat? So what I'm saying is can you accept for the fact, and I'm really asking y'all, we've been on this journey for a little while now together. Can you guys get behind the fact that for every action, there's an equal or opposite reaction? Can you guys get behind that? Can you guys get behind polarity? That you can't have one thing without the other. Can you guys get behind that? Christopher said yes. Christopher said yes. Okay. What say you, Miss Rebecca? What say you, Jerry Bear? What say you, Renita? What say you, Miss Anya? You guys had chicken and salad for dinner tonight. Awesome. Wonderful. Polarity reveals choice. How many options does a choice have, Jerry? Because sometimes people don't be listening to me. Maybe they listen to you. How many steps does a choice have, sir? Polarity reveals choice. God damn it, Jerry. There it is. Would you resist maybe the one thing that you need to integrate? When I was doing some research on this, I love that because it's Ryan Holiday, fellow philosopher, said that the how did he say? He said something is the way. Um, the obstacle is the way. The obstacle sometimes becomes the way, right? And sometimes we get into this habit of thinking that I'll take this over here, but I don't want nothing to do over there. It's like what? That's almost like having a one-sided coin. If that other side's not on it, it's illegal. I want you guys to think about that. If somebody gave you $1 or a $100 bill, and on the front of it, it had uh, Benjamin Franklin. On the back of it, it was blank. You would probably be wondering some shit, wouldn't you? Because if it was authentic, that $100 bill is going to be worth so much money. So much. But for the most part, is it? No. It's probably counterfeited. You see what I'm saying? So if somebody's selling you or trying to sell you on one concept, but not telling you about the other part of it, then you're probably being manipulated or lied to. Yes? Do we have an agreement on that? So if somebody's trying to give you something and there's not an aversion or flip side to that, you're being fucked with. Okay? Just making sure you know that. All right, let's jump into the next one. All right, the law of rhythm. Life flows in seasons. Highs, lows, both have their purpose. Doesn't it? So are you fighting the flow or learning to move with it? Think about that. I kind of got goosebumps. My nipples got hard thinking about that. I'm just saying, I'm excited. All right. Are you fighting the flow, or are you just moving, or you learning to move with it? I was just talking to a friend of mine today. I'm not gonna be putting y'all on blast no more. But I was talking to a friend today, an active friend, not an associate, and a friend today, and we were talking about goal setting and how this individual didn't have enough time or energy to do certain things. And when I listened, you know me, I just sat and listened. I said, okay. I said, at the end of the conversation, I said basically, your issue is a lack of boundaries. right? And you know me, everything's based on definition, right? So she's like, no, 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 it's not, no, it's not. I know what it is. It's not that. I'm like, okay, so explain to me, what is it that you want again? And she starts telling me this and yeah, okay, so why are you not doing that again? And she's telling me out of obligation, I have this, I got that, I got, and she has legitimate reasons for all these things. So I'm like, and how is this not a boundary issue? Because these are my obligations, okay? So you can step up for everybody else, but you won't step up for you? Yeah. See, that's the law of rhythm. That's the law of polarity. You see what I'm saying? See, we practice these things whether we know it or not. They're ingrained in us, whether we utilize these things or not. They're there. Once I explained it from that standpoint, she was able to understand, like, oh, okay, you're right. You're right. I get it. Right? That's what I do. Help you rethink, reframe, and retrain the way that you think about shit. That's it. Nothing less, a little bit more, hopefully. Right? So the real question is, how many of you guys fight against that law of rhythm? When that ebb and flow comes in, when everything's riding high, you're cool. But then when you slam up against something, how many of y'all be questioning that? I know I do. I know I do. Let me put my eye. Let me put my eye. I know I do. I have to question it. I start questioning myself. I start questioning the process. I start asking myself, what did I do? Because I love taking accountability for shit. If I did it, where am I messing up at so I can fix it? Okay? Don't resist the rhythm. Okay? Ride that shit. Growth is seasonal. Think about that. Growth is seasonal. How many seasons do we have in a year, y'all? Whether you're in California or not, how many seasons do we have in a year? I'm really asking. Anybody can answer the question. Matter of fact, Yachty, how many seasons do we have in a year? How many seasons do we have? Because we don't need to resist that rhythm. Ride that shit. You got to ride it. 4. Thank you, ma'am. Yes. 4. 4 of them. You're not going to have 5 or 6. There's 4. Our months are broken up into 4 slots. Right? Come on. What are we doing? Okay, hold on, is it 3, 6, 9, 10? Hold on. 6, 9, 12. Sorry, 3 in 4s. You know what I mean? We got it though. Let's move to the next one. All right, fun fact. The law of polarity, which we were just talking about, is built into your brain. It's not something I have to point out to you. It's something you already know. Your brain is wired biologically to understand life through contrast. Hot, cold. Is it safe or is it dangerous? Love, hate, love, fear. Without opposites, your mind literally cannot make sense of the world. It has to compare it to something else. There's danger when we uh, when we compare ourselves to somebody else and where their lives are. That's dangerous. That's idiotic. That's stupid. That's crazy to be doing that, right? But even then, there's that ebb and flow with it, right? But your mind is built up for polarity. It's built up for it. Okay? All right, I'm sure you guys get that. Let's move on. All right, so the law of abundance example. The sun doesn't ration light. Nature doesn't run out of life. Think about that. The law of abundance. It doesn't, when we talk about certain things being in abundance, I don't care what it is under God's green earth. There is an over amount of abundance of it. When people talk about that how certain countries don't have clean drinking water, let me explain to you what's going on with that. It's not that there's not enough water. It's that we're choosing to use it as a weapon. It's not that there's not enough food. It's that we choose to use it as a weapon. It's not that there's not enough money. It's that we choose to use it as a weapon. Period. Once we stop weaponizing everything for the haves and the have-nots, you'll start to see that there's an overabundance of everything. Everything. But most of y'all didn't even know that. There's so much abundance of everything. That includes money. That includes opportunity. There may not be many jobs, but there's an overabundance of work to be done. You see what I did there? There's not enough jobs, but there's an overabundance of work that still needs to be done. So my question to you, are you operating from an overflow or a lack? And I'm really asking you guys, are you operating from an overflow of abundance or a lack thereof? What say you, Jerry? What say you, Rebecca? What say you, Yachty? What say you, Christopher? What say you, Renita? Are you guys operating from an overflow of abundance or a lack? Okay. Jerry said an overflow. What's overflowing for you right now, Jerry? You know me, I love a good definition. I love a good explanation. Not an excuse, but an explanation on a positive tip. Okay. What specifically is an overflow, Renita? Give me some examples, guys. I don't want y'all just telling me. I need some examples. So you have an overflow of time? An overabundance of time? Is that what you're saying, Jerry? What about you, Yachty? What have you? Are you operating from an overflow or a lack of abundance? Because here's the thing, y'all. I think I'm kind of, I'm gonna disagree with this, with some of this. I'm just telling y'all now. Fearless is coming for some heads, respectfully, because I would want y'all to come for mine. I don't know where Jessica is, but oh, okay. So you're saying a lack of time. Here's the thing though, Jerry. We all have the same exact amount of time in a day, sir. I mean, whether it's 15 years or 100 years, we all have the same exact amount of time. So I don't think that we can lack the abundance of time. Now, what we lack, if you don't mind me critiquing, is a lack of energy. See, time cannot be paused, it can't be stopped, it can't be rewound, it can't be fast forwarded. Time just keeps going no matter what. Just like space, there's nothing we can do about that, right? Now, your energy, on the other hand, that's something different. That's yours, right? Now that we have a lack of, because you only get so much. Then once you're done, then that's it. But an overflow of caring for others, hell yes. What do you have overflow of, Yadira? Okay, again, no, dear. I hear you, but you're you're sacrificing a lot of your energy. Remember, because time, it can't be traded, can't be given. It's all energy, all of it. Now, the reason why that might seem or feel a little weird is because, for the most part, most people don't talk like that. Most people use time as a measurement, time as the equation for everything. That's cool, but time is going to be here far after you're gone. But the energy that you have at this present moment in time, it's being siphoned, being taken away, right? There's an overabundance of money, overabundance of it. There's an overabundance of love. There's also an overabundance of hatred. You, you guys see where I'm going with this? There's a lack and overflow of everything, right? A lot of it is what we're focused on. Yes, she does. Yes, she does. And you know what? I have not said anything about Yadira's smell for some time because somebody, a friend of mine, was like, "Do you know if that makes her feel comfortable or not?" I was like, "You know what? Hex, I've never asked her." So then I just stopped. Didn't say anything else about it. So her smell is she has a nice smell. So moving on. All right, so the universe is unlimited, right? Scarcity is a fucking lie. There's an overabundance of everything. Everything. Especially when a person tells you that there's not enough time. There's more time than you will ever have in 1,000 lifetimes. But the energy, though, eh, that's different. That's different. Okay? All right. All right, let's move it on. All right, so the law of inspired. God damn, let me. You guys see these? I'm gonna make sure. Oh, okay, yeah, we're good. All right, cool. The law of inspired action. You get an inner nudge, but talk yourself out of it. And I know that you guys do because we've talked about this in great detail. Have we not? How many times have we talked about this? When you get that chitter chatter in your head and then you stop. You like, nah, this ain't for me. This ain't it. I don't know. I think maybe tomorrow, the next day, we're gonna go back to doing the hero's journey because I think that it was so important for us to understand where we are, not only today but moving forward in general, right? But the question is, are you waiting for the perfect timing, or are you moving with alignment? Where does alignment? Where does clarity start, y'all? Where does it start first? Where does alignment and clarity start from? For those of you just now showing up, good evening. My name is Fearless Cummings. I am a life coach, been coaching for the last 23 years. Today we are talking about the universal laws that govern us all, how they work and why they work. That's what we're talking about right now. And right now I'm asking everybody, are you moving? Or where does alignment and clarity start? Yadira, can you answer that for me? Where does clarity and alignment start from? Jerry, you can jump in there too, bud. I don't care who answers, it's somebody. There you go. Thank you. Jerry said with me. Yes. It starts with you first. Alignment, clarity, all that shit starts here. Belief system starts here. Character starts here. Integrity starts here. Everything starts with you first. Everything. Okay? Everything. So the question we have to ask ourselves is, are we waiting for the right timing? Or are we moving with alignment? Think about that. A lot of people, not us, but a lot of people are waiting for the right moment. Would you like to know why? Matter of fact, fuck that. Tell me why they're waiting for the right moment. Let's see if y'all been really listening to me. Why do other people, not us, but why do other people, yes, within, good job, Renita. Why do other people wait for the right timing? So the question is, why do we lead from within, and why do other people wait for the right timing? I just want to see if you. And here's the thing: there's no right or wrong answer. There's no right or wrong answer. Every answer is correct for the most part. Hey, Jessica. Every question, every answer is correct. Okay, Christopher says to try to be like the rest of society who dictates when we should do things. Yes, yes. There you go. That works too. But let's go a little further with that. Let's go a little further with that. Why are other people, not us, but why do other people wait for the right timing? What's missing that they're waiting for the right thing outside of them? What's missing? What do they have that's missing? Or maybe y'all don't think nothing is missing. Maybe you think that, hey, they're just waiting for the right moment. Okay, that could be true. That's an interesting point too. Fear, confidence. Okay, I would have to say both are incorporated in my life. Okay, okay. Their courage to go after it and chasing it. Okay, okay, okay. So here's the thing. So why do some people wait for that perfect moment, that perfect time, instead of watching out there? But what I've been teaching you is that the perfect moment doesn't exist. The perfect moment is the day that you decide for yourself that today's the moment. They're waiting for that magical bean, that magical word, that magical that magical post to go viral. They're waiting for all this shit to happen, but we don't. See what I'm training y'all, reframing you guys, and helping you restructure your thinking on is not the what we think about, but how we think about it, right? How do we think about that? Most people are looking out there, but we're looking in here. And when you start here first, you'll know exactly when the time is out there. So the reason why most people like, not until I graduate, not until I retire, not until I can make a little bit more money, not until I get my ducks in a row. They're all waiting for shit to happen out there. Well, our objective is to put our stuff together in here. Anytime y'all hear somebody say that, including yourself, if you catch yourself talking like this, be like, first off, ask yourself, what am I waiting for? I already got it. If I need to call Fearless, if I need to call somebody else to kind of, hey, take my hand and walk me through it, then motherfucker call. But you know exactly what you got to do. Other people out there don't know. They may not know, but you know. I mean, can I get a hell yeah? You know exactly who you call. You know exactly what to do. Question is, are you basing your shit off of what's happening out there, or are you basing it off of what's happening in here? Like I told you, the thing that everybody else is missing that you don't have is you now have you have a complete knowledge of self. You know how to build self. You know how to take that first step. You know how to jump without looking around. Scan it, yes, and then jump. Right? You know what happens when you burn out. You know what happens what boundaries look like. I mean, here's the thing, as your coach at this point, my job is to educate and maintain. That's what the whole rethinking, reframing, and retraining. That's all we're doing. We're retraining the way that you think about shit. We're reframing the way that your perspective is. We're getting you to rethink differently until it becomes autonomous with you. It's just automatic. Thank you, Ms. Jessica. Thank you, guys. Okay. Manifestation requires movement. Action completes the iteration. Excuse me, iteration. Intention, sorry. Action completes the intention. So think about that. Manifestation requires movement, right? Action completes the intention. So when I talk about being inspired, think about that. They have to get motivated to work. But you know exactly what motivation is. You know that motivation don't work that way. Do you not know that? You ain't got to answer. You didn't tell me. Do you not? You know this, right? You know how motivation works. When most people hear motivational speaker or life coach, they think motivational speaker. Oh, he motivates people. The fuck I am. You better go on with that shit. Nobody. Because once you start motivating people, once you got to keep motivating them. They ain't never going to jump off that bridge without you standing there. I'm like the guy who teaches you how to ride a bike and then puts the training wheels on them and then get you moving, get you moving, get you moving, get you moving, and then step back when I'm not needed. Jesus ain't here no more. But yet said, remember those bracelets, those WWJD? What would Jesus do? Motherfucker, go read his shit. You can find out exactly what the man would do. Correct? Just saying. All right, fun fact time. All right, real quick. All right, so the law of inspired action separates the dreamers from the builders. Studies show that people who act with intuition, nudges, even small ones, report higher fulfillment and faster progress than those who overanalyze. Your breakthrough does not come from knowing, it comes from moving. You think I knew how many people would show up to do this? I had no idea. I was still scared, so I had my friend come with me. Mr. Beast, that dude has like 300 million. I don't even know how many subscribers that guy has, but it's in the hunt. I think it's like 100 million, somewhere around there. This dude, every time he shoots a video, gets 90 million views. 90 million. I don't want that many people knowing me. Can I be honest with you? I don't. I want to be busy, but I don't want to be that busy. I sat there and I listened to this man today. This man is a multi millionaire, to the point where he's probably almost considered a billionaire. No joke. Mr. Beast, look him up. I sat here and listened to this dude for 20 minutes talk about, and again, I listened to what people were saying. This dude was sitting there talking about he has no life. He eats, sleeps, and shits making videos. He has a nervous breakdown once a week because he's lonely, because he doesn't have that many. He has a bunch of people around him, but still feels alone. Come on, man. Are you serious? No, no, no. That's crazy. All that for what? For what? I'm good. How many people do we have here? Five. Five. 0.01.5% of my friends show up to this thing every single night. Now do you guys know why I wanted to start with the word friends? Now you know why I wanted to start with that. That's why. It should be called associate book. Because most of these people aren't your friends. You know, they're not. Just saying. All right, so the law of gender. I almost did not want to do this one because so many people have a problem with this. And I was just kind of like, man, fuck it, dude. This is a universal law. So regardless of what you um regardless of what you what's the word I'm looking for? Um identify as, that masculine and female energy are creative forces. They're both gonna happen and we all have them. Oh, sorry. Okay, is it a little bit better now? I'm sorry about that. It could have been because I was moving back and forth. Is that better? Can you hear me now? Is that better? Renita? Okay. Okay. Hell yeah, you do, Jer Bear. I identify as a sexy pole dancer. Goddamn right, you sexy bitch. You goddamn right. Right? So, are your actions are your actions and intuition working together or are they in conflict? Right? That here's the thing, man. We all have that intuitive nature about us. We do. Mine is perspective. There's some people who have the gift of sight, who can see shit before it happens. They just have a eerie feeling. They see it, they feel it, right? You know what I'm saying? Right? But that energy is in all of us. I don't care what you have cut off or added to your body. You can't change that part. That energy is still there, no matter what. If you identify with the human race, then unfortunately, that she said it cuts off every two words. Are you guys hearing me fine? Jerry, can you hear me? Jessica, can you hear me? Hey, buddy. How you doing? Okay. Yeah, Miss Renita, you may have to Do something with your phone. Hold on. Let me check mine. Hold on. Yeah, Miss Yadi said maybe try logging in and out again. Yeah, Miss Yadi said maybe try logging in and I mean, just something to think about, Renita. But we're gonna keep going. I mean, we're still ahead of time, so I think we're okay. All right, so balance between doing and being unlocks true power. I think that we all know that balance between doing and being, right? Taking action, thinking about what we're gonna do, and then jumping in and just doing it, right? Okay. All right, let's move to the next one. Oh, she said, okay, I switched accounts. Okay. Guys, I got something to tell y'all. No, we don't. Move the other one to the side. There should be another one in the back. Sorry, kiddo said he needs more milk. No, it's only yours. You ate up. You drank up both of those. I didn't drink all both of them. One of them was like bad. Kaden, I bought them both on the same day. Okay. Anyway, okay. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you guys are gonna believe me or not, but we're done. Actually, this I should have broke this one up, and I'm so sorry. I will send it to you. Um, and you know, hold on, let me see if y'all can see this. This shit is so small. Yeah, y'all not gonna be able to see that. Give me a second. I'm gonna break that up. Christopher, I don't believe it. Hold on. Let me take this. Hold on. Cut that. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna make this a little bigger. Sorry guys, give me a second. I want you guys to actually see this stuff. I don't want to make it so small that your eyes are. Y'all gotta do all that. Okay, can you guys see that a little bit better? I'll get some more milk tomorrow. Hey, if you want to use mine, just use mine. Because I gotta go buy some more tomorrow anyway. Okay. Just use mine. Hey, will you go next door and go get the Parmesan cheese from Jessica's? Sure. Jessica Caden's coming over. Anyway, um, all right. So which one of these did you guys uh which one of these resonated with you the most? You know what I'm gonna ask you. Oh, never mind, son. She's at Walmart now. Never mind. Just go get your cereal. Yeah, just go get your cereal. Sorry about that. Okay, so which one of these laws did you guys rex? No, son, you good. Don't. She's at Walmart now. Never mind. She said, "Oh man." Jerry said all of them tonight. Okay. We'll say you, Anita. We'll say you, Yachty. We'll say you, Christopher. Which one did you actually like the most? And hold on. Okay, Renita said, what? God damn, Yachty said all of them. Still, okay. I didn't even like them all, but okay, I'm with it. 1, 2, and 6. 1, polarity. 2, the law of rhythm. And 6, the law. The fuck? Dude, we didn't even do the other ones. That's so funny. The other, I don't know where the other ones went. Oh, dude. There they are. Okay, law of forgiveness. Uh, there's another one there too. No, no, actually, I forgot 2 of them. I was like, dude, I know I couldn't have went through them that fast. Okay, but I'm gonna still wrap this up anyway. So there's a law of forgiveness. Sorry about that, y'all. Uh, you think resentment protects you, but it actually drains you. So when you get pissed at people and you think about what they've done to you, that shit siphons your energy. It drains you. Okay. Question is, what could open up in your life if you release the past? So what could you be receiving if you let that other shit go? Let me ask you guys that because we got 2 more, then we're out. Okay, we already talked about our stuff, but I'm pretty sure y'all probably gonna mess with this one. Um, so what could you guys what what could you obtain more in your life if you were to let go of certain things in the past? What could you obtain? So more love, more peace, better understanding, better confidence. If you were able to forgive something outside of you or a part of you, what could you be willing to accept more? Renita said peace of mind. I love that. Okay. Jerry said happiness. What say you, Yachty? Oh, Christopher said more peace. I love that. What about you, Miss Anya? Anya, Bobanya, Five, Anya. What about you, Jessica? What could open up in your life if you released the past? If you forgave what's out there to allow something else to come in? Oh, love, look at that. Peace of mind, more love, more courage. And that's if we can let go, if we can forgive things, right? Reality of the matter is, is that forgiveness clears your energy. It clears it. Resentment clogs that flow. Think about that, y'all. Resentment clogs it. It stops you from receiving your blessings. Forgiveness clears it up. Now, listen, when we say forgive, we're not saying forget. We're not saying be bamboozled back into the same shit. We're not talking about that. When we say forgive, we just basically means that you know what? I got I have to let this go so I can move on. I gotta let that person go so I can grow. I gotta let him go so I can grow. I gotta leave her alone so I can grow. Because I can't grow with these people. I can't grow under this situation. Right? Whatever happened to me, I have to forgive it. Because it's hindering me from moving forward. I gotta forgive it so I can move the fuck on. So I'm saying. right? Do you guys agree with that? Yes, no, maybe. I don't know. Nah, not really. Do you believe that? Can you accept? Let me ask that. Walk away from what's tying me down? Okay. Yes, Yadira. Okay. Okay. What say you, Miss Renita? What say you, Jessica? Do you guys believe that forgiveness can clear that energy? And by holding on to what's hurting us, only keeps us in the dark. It keeps us resenting shit. That's the law we fight against the most. And it's the most powerful when you can forgive. Exactly. That's the reason why I didn't just let y'all go. Because this shit is deep. This is one of them deep ones. This is one of them deep ones. See, this is one of them ones that really make you think. What am I holding on to? Who am I holding on to? What am I holding on to, right? And when I say what, I don't just mean like what situation. I mean what idea, what mentality, what scarcity am I holding close to? Right? Come on now. This is what I do. Hold on. Okay. So the next one, hold on, let's see. Okay. So we got yeah. So okay. So the law of detachment. Correct. And why am I holding on to it? Yes, I'm a grudge holder, so I'd have to sit on this one for a while. Of course, there's nothing wrong with that. Here's the thing: there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with s- number one for admitting it, because when you can acknowledge it, that means you can face it. If you can face it, that means we can replace it. You see what I'm saying? If we can, if we can face it, we can replace it. Most people don't want to replace that shit. They want to hold on to it. I got a lot of pain and anger and hatred inside of me that if I let it go, I don't know who the hell I be. See what I mean? And why am I still holding on to it? Because sometimes, man, that pain is all we feel that we have. You know, it is. You know, we gotta let certain shit go. Now, and again, I'm speaking to the choir, and I'm talking my shit, but I gotta go through this too. I gotta go through this too. I just get over things a lot faster than most people, and I'm sure Jessica will attest to that. I get over stuff real quick. I mean, but I'm in it. I'm in it. But then after that, I'm like, what I'm gonna do? It's done. I feel what I need to feel. I say what I need to say, and then I'm done with it. I can move on. Certain people can. You know? All right. So the law of detachment. This is also something I'm very good at as well. Right. My cutoff game is vicious. When you cling too tightly, you choke the outcome. When you cling too tightly, you choke the outcome. There you go. She said, I choose to move on too. Yeah, sometimes you have to. So, my question, can you trust without obsessing? What do I mean by that? Can I trust without obsessing? Can you trust the process? As long as God allows me to breathe and be on here, I'll be here for the next 45 days. I will be here for the next 45 days as long as God allows me to be here. Like I said, there's certain things that are out of my control. If I'm not here, it's because something pretty bad happened. Okay? Or I will at least hit y'all up, be like, hey, I'm gonna be late. She said, I don't even get attached. Can you trust what I'm saying? And basically what we're talking about is, can you create without the end result being in your mind? So Jessica, this one would be a lot for you. Yadi, this will be a lot for you. Can you trust the process? Renita, oh my God, this would be big for you too. Can you trust the process of just creating your art without obsessing with the end result? All right. Because we're consistently always thinking about the end result. Right? It doesn't work that way. Letting go isn't quitting. It's an alignment with what it's a, it's alignment with trust. That trust, that clarity and all that shit starts where? See what I mean? You see how everything leads right back to you? Do y'all see that? How everything leads right back to us. Letting go is not quitting. It's choosing you. It's choosing the process. I'm on process 55 out of 100. I know what the end objective is. It's to get to 100, right? But right now we're at 55. I don't clap for 100 though, do I? I've never once clapped for 100. I've clapped for every day that we're here. That's detaching myself from out there and being held accountable and responsible for right here, right now. This is mine. I used to obsess over when I would um, have a baby or adopt. I obsessed for nearly 5 years. Once you taught me how to trust the process, then along came my daughter Journey. Of course. And her name just so happened to be befitting of what you had to go through, right? The journey, right? Ironically, you got exactly what you needed. You know, sadly enough, man, most of the stuff that I'm talking about, like I said before, a lot of people just think that this shit's just platitudes, man. That it just sounds good. No, it'll all be all right. Gotta make a way. To me, that's a platitude. Understanding that the universe moves the way it needs to. You wanted to be a mom, and I saw just how strong that desire for you was, and there was no stopping you in that. My job is to just keep reminding you and reframing what you were saying. That's it. That's it. That's all I did. There's nothing more. I used exactly what you said, and I helped you rethink, reframe, retrain. That was it. That's it. And the retraining part comes out of repetition. The shit that you do consistently. The shit that you have to tell yourself consistently. Right? I've been telling you since day one that you were a mother. Look at all them dogs. I know I have dogs like that. And unless they love taking care of things or people. That's weird, right? Letting go is not quitting. It's not. It's just readjusting yourself. That's all. And if it's not ready out there, it's okay. Just keep doing the work in here. Just keep doing the work. Okay? That's all I'm saying. All right. Okay, the last one. The law of detachment is a secret of elite performers. I want you to think about this. Olympians, CEOs, elite creatives often practice non attachment, focusing only on effort, not obsessing with the outcome. They know, here's the thing, tension blocks flow, detachment unleashes it. One of the things that Buddha talked about in the Four Noble Truths, he said that number one, there's going to be suffering, right? There's going to be suffering in the world, period. Number two, uh, the other thing is that we have attachment issues. We have attachment issues. Think about that. We have attachment issues. And the reason why we suffer, for the most part, is because of those attachment issues. That's why. Once you start detaching yourself from the outcome of this, that, and the other, a lot of this shit just becomes easy. It becomes simple. It becomes doable. And then you got it. Regardless of what happens, eh, you got it. Just saying, man. Majority of these people practice non-attachment more so than focusing on winning anything. They don't obsess with the outcome. They put the outcome in their mind and then they bust their asses in the moment to make that a realization. You see what I'm saying? They don't just think about the outcome, they live it in the now. So then later, that's going to happen. Jessica, you did the same exact thing with them kids. You summoned those kids. You manifested those kids. You attracted those kids by being an attractive person. Think about what you obsessed over. When you think about Journey, you don't think about Journey being a grown ass woman. You think about Journey and her journey of being your daughter right here, right now, day by day. Correct? That's it. That's all you can focus on. There's nothing more than that. Okay? All right, ladies and gents. Jessica doesn't like when I say jets because I know it's gents. I like to say jets. It's my thing. You guys have been amazing. Thank you. I'm going to let you guys get out of here. I'm going to go. I'm going to wait for Jessica to get here with my what is that stuff you put on spaghetti? Parmesan cheese. So I can get my eat on. I'm going to get some good rest tonight. Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, I will see you tomorrow. I want you to dream well. I want you to dream big. And like my good friend Miss Anya would say, bye.